So we just took a short observation of Miss Simpson's classroom. And I know there will be like some quick follow-ups just on schedule fidelity to make sure that she's keeping on schedule. But even with that, based on her implementation of spiral review, what I like to do now is we'll first try for 5 minutes to just think about the process that we want to go through with determining what model should best be used to help her. So we'll first determine the action step, whether it should be academic or culture. We'll write it, and then like the two of us will spar what we both come up with, and think about key points for a model and determine whether you would like to do a live model or video. So we'll first I think what we'll do is break it down into chunks. So we'll take first minute, I think it shouldn't take more than a minute, to think about whether it should be academic or culture. And you can look through the rubric and think about which one you are thinking, and then we'll both discuss what we're both thinking.
Absolutely. So I was thinking that on the way out.
You're already ready.
I'm ready.
Got it.
So for fashion, I think it's definitely an academic goal. And I was thinking, rigor too, like just internalizing and being prepared to teach, no matter what.
And why were you saying that one?
So I was thinking that just based off of so regardless of whether lunch is late or any other unforeseen circumstances, so spiral review, we saw it happening 30 minutes behind schedule of where it should have been. And then just her being prepared to just jump into the next block. I don't think she was prepared to teach lit. And so that's one of the things that I want to make sure that we focus on, making sure she's prepared to teach all blocks.
Okay. So let me look, make sure I'm so you said rigor.
It's really loud.
Yeah, no, I had to turn it off for this. So you said rigor to internalize.
Internalizing and building in those timestamps.
So you want to land on the rigor side. So I actually, she was in phase, this is rigor 1, to internalize key lesson plans. Is that what you said? So I actually put 2 check marks. So I thought about, based on the fact that she was off schedule, with rigor 1, build timestamps, she runs out of time on part of the lesson. Because she just wasn't moving with purpose in the room. So I put a check mark by that. I also put a check mark by a culture step also.
Go ahead.
And we can discuss it a little bit more, but I said it was under teacher radar for rigor 2, circulate with a purpose and break the plane. Because when I got into the classroom, she was narrating who was working, and who was not, but she wasn't even really looking at the papers. There was no purpose. So students were off task. And I thought that she was students were just off task because she wasn't really holding them accountable to the work. So I actually could see us going with either one. And I'm thinking about which one would make the waterfall effect. I know we talked about that. I don't know if they still called it waterfall anyway, but thinking about the waterfall, which one will help her to improve quicker. And I actually think the first one that we both checked will probably help her, because if she actually internalizes it and has time stamps, then it gives her a purpose. And then even if she's not circulating with a purpose, at least kids know what to do, and you can move her to circulate more with a purpose later. So also thinking about which one to do first. So now what I like to do is take about 4 minutes to just write a what and a how action step that aligns to her internalizing those timestamps.
want to write it to where it's universal, but I also want to focus her attention on a specific block. Does that make sense?
Yep, and I think it can be. You can practice it within, you can definitely, like, on your O3, like, practice it within one block, but it should be, I guess Hannah only really teaches one block, but even though, like, I gave the actual, like, script for just math workshop, like, she could use a similar script for number stories.
Okay.
Like, it's not like she can't use something like that for number stories, because they still mark up a problem, they still have key points she's looking for.
Okay, so then even in our actions of that, I can still name, or I guess like, no, I can just name, like, we would be focusing our practice on literature, but like these same steps still apply to all of your other blocks.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Because ideally, any good action step should be able to carry over. Like, if you think about Adonica's action step, like building momentum and joy, like, can go for anything. It's just not just for like one block of the schedule.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think I'm okay.
Okay. I don't know if you want to have a piece of paper. We can make sure. So what do you think we had that was similar? Like, I have some things that I think are strong about this. And then we can like think about what was maybe missing from either one, and then like come up with the final one for the action set.
So our whats were pretty aligned. I think one of the things that you added that I don't want to steal is like to making sure, like, so not just internalizing the plans, but like ensuring that the key parts are memorized and executed with purpose and confidence. We were very aligned in terms of like building in time stamps and practicing with a timer in hand. I think that would be good for her. And then you also added like ID not highlighted part to no cold. Which I think is also really important for me to add to make sure that she's getting that.
So I think we did have like the similar internalizers existing to make them your own, and I just add, like, sometimes I add words like that just because they need to know the why. Like, why are you making me like do this? And I think that adds just a why without saying like, you know, you like would believe that today because you didn't know what you're teaching.
Yeah.
So it just adds the why, like, you'll feel better, and it'll be purposeful for you and for kids. I do like that you said the key parts, like you said that I do, and I think it's great to say, like, for this week you may want to do that, but over time you want her to be able to start identifying the parts that, oh, like, I really need to know this as a teacher, like my coach didn't have to tell me. And I think even you can just say, like, today we're going to internalize and rehearse key parts of the lesson, we're going to do the I do, because that's something that is important for you to start strong, but over time you should be able to start identifying things that you want to work on.
Okay.
The only thing, where did I put the build? So I reversed the build a timestamp because I think they should do that for the whole lesson before they even identify the part, because they should know how long each part should ideally take. So I don't know how you feel about like making sure, because I would like to make sure the hows are sequential. So like you would build a time frame first, then identify the high leverage part, like just reversing this 2 and 3 here.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then like and you can like combine the markup with the internalized, because that like is part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's like the final one, and then we'll think about the model. It was really good. Like, you're really getting good at these action steps. Look at that.
Dave, I am coming for you first. Build time stamps in the last second. And you said this is very similar. So I do and still focus this week. 3, right?
like 3 house.
Mm-hmm.
I try to narrow them, like I try to have no more than 4, but
Yeah.
sometimes it'll.
So take the lesson and then generalize the rehearse key parts, and then take the timer, which makes sense. Okay. Yes, please.
Um, so now that we have like a clear action step, and we know that we want her to internalize these parts, and we want her to build the timestamps, which I think can be like part of the planning, when you do like the plan and the practice. But if you're thinking about like the actual action that you want to see from her from this, and you want to see like, what is the action that you would like to see out of this that could actually be a model? Or even, well, now that I'm thinking about it, I think, what do you think should be the model? So like based on like the things that I hear, like what part should be like part of like planning, what should be like given to her as a model at the beginning?
I think something that should be given to her as a model should be like a markup, like to show like